Bueno, bienvenidos los que están aquí, los que van a estar en el futuro. Primeramente, gracias a Dios por tenerlos aquí. Segundo, voy a leer y voy a tratar de pronunciar los nombres como yo pienso se pronuncian, pero voy a leer lentamente el libro de Joel, que de todos modos es bastante corto. Que Dios me los bendiga y pues vamos a empezar. A word of the Lord that came to Joel, the son of Bethuel. Hear this, O elders, give ear. All right, voy a comenzar de nuevo porque puedo oír la tele. Y en la tele estoy conectado. Okay, Joel, chapter 1. A word of the Lord that came to Joel, the son of Bethuel. Hear this, O elders, give ear, all you that inhabit the land. Have such things happened in your days or in the days of your fathers? Tell your children of them, and your children their children, and their children to another generation. The leavings of the caterpillar, the grasshopper has devoured, and the leavings of the grasshopper, the locust larva has devoured, and the leavings of the locust larva, the rust has devoured. Sober up, drunkards, from their wine and weep. Wail, all you who drink wine unto intoxication, because happiness has been removed from your mouth and joy. Because a nation has come up against my land, powerful and innumerable. Its teeth are lion's teeth, and its molars those of a whelp. It has set my vine for annihilation, and my fig trees for breaking. Searching, it has searched it out and thrown it down. Its branches have turned white. Lament for me more than a bride dressed in sackcloth for the husband of her youth. Sacrifice and libation are removed from the house of the Lord. Mourn, O priests, that minister to the altar, because the plains have suffered misery. Let the land mourn, because the grain has suffered misery. The wine has dried up, the oil has been diminished. The farmers have dried up. The farmers have dried up. Wail of farms over the wheat and barley, for the harvest of the field is ruined. The vine has dried up, and the fig trees have become few. Pomegranate and palm and apple, even all the trees of the field have dried up. because the sons of men have put joy to shame. Gird yourselves and mourn, you priests. Lament, you that minister to the altar. Enter, sleep in sackcloth when you minister to God, because sacrifice and libation have failed from the house of your God. Sanctify a fast, proclaim a service, gather all the elders who inhabit the land into the house of your God, and cry out earnestly to the Lord. Alas, alas, alas for the day, because the day of the Lord is near, and it will come like misery from misery. The food has been utterly destroyed before our eyes. Happiness and joy from the house of our God. Sorry. Heifers have jumped up at their mangers. Right. Storehouses have been annihilated. Wine presses have been razed to the ground, because the grain has dried up. How shall we store anything in them? The herds of cattle have wept, because there has been no pasture for them. Even the flocks of sheep have been annihilated. To you, O Lord, I will shout, because fire has destroyed the reasonable things of the wilderness, and a flame has kindled all the trees of the field. Even the animals of the plain have looked up to you, because courses of water have dried up, and fire has devoured the seasonable things of the wilderness. Trumpet with a trumpet in Zion, make proclamation on my holy mountain, and let all the inhabitants of the land be confounded. For the day of the Lord has come, because it is near, a day of darkness and gloom, a day of cloud and mist. Like dawn, a numerous and mighty people shall pour unto the mountains. Their like has not been from old, and after him there shall not be added throughout the years, for generations of generations. In front of him there is a consuming fire, and a kindled flame behind him. The land before him is like an orchard of delight, but a plain of annihilation behind him, and no one shall escape him. Their appearance is like the appearance of horses, and like horsemen, so they shall pursue. Like the noise of chariots, they shall leap onto the tops of mountains, and like the noise of a flame of fire, devouring stubble, and like a numerous and mighty people being drawn up for battle. Before him peoples will be crushed. Every face will be like the soot of an earthen pot. Like fighters they will run, and like men of battle they will scale the walls. And each will go by his own way, and not turn from their paths, and no one will stand aloof from his brother. Weighed down by their own weapons, they shall go, and they shall fall by their arrows, and not come to an end. They shall seize the city, and run upon the walls. They will scale the houses, and enter to windows like thieves. The earth shall be disturbed before them, and the sky shall be shaken. The sun and the moon shall grow dark, and the stars shall shed their brightness. The Lord shall give forth his voice before his force, because exceedingly large is his encampment, because strong are the actions of his words. For great is the day of the Lord, great and exceedingly remarkable, and who shall be sufficient for it? Even now, says the Lord your God, return to me with all your heart, with fasting and with weeping and with mourning, and rend your hearts and not your clothing, and return to the Lord your God, for he is merciful and compassionate, patient and very beneficent, and repenting concerning evils. Who knows whether he will turn and repent and leave a blessing behind him, a sacrifice and a libation for the Lord your God. Trumpet with the trumpet in Zion, sanctify a fast, proclaim a service, gather the people, sanctify an assembly, welcome the aged, gather the infants suckling the breasts. Let the bridegroom come from his bedroom, and the bride from her chamber. Between the foundation and the altar, the priests who minister to the Lord shall weep and say, spare your people, O Lord, and do not subject your inheritance to the reproach of being ruled over by nations, lest they say among the nations, where is their God? And the Lord became jealous for his land and spared his people. And the Lord answered and said to his people, behold, I am sending you grain and wine and oil, and you will be satisfied with them, and I will no longer give you over to reproach among the nations. Hi, random stuff. Hola, ¿cómo está? Deja seguirle. ¿Dónde voy? Voy aquí. Y Dios te quiere a ti, hermano. Dios te quiere, nos quiere a todos. Y quiere que todos despertemos, porque ya casi viene por nosotros. Bueno, aquí es donde vamos. And I will chase from you the one from the north, and banish him to a parched land. And I will annihilate his front in the first sea, and his rear in the last sea. And his decay will go up, and his foul smell will go up, because he magnified his works. Courage, O land, rejoice and be happy, because the Lord has done great things. Courage, you animals of the plain, because the plains of the wilderness have blossomed. because a tree has borne its fruit, a vine and fig tree have yielded their strength. And you, children of Zion, rejoice and be happy in the Lord your God. For he has given you food for justice, and he shall send you the early and later rain as before. The threshing floors shall be full of grain, and the vats shall overflow with wine and oil. And I will repay you for the years that the grasshopper devoured, and the locust larva, and the rust, and the caterpillar, my great force which I sent against you. And eating you shall eat and be satisfied, and praise the name of the Lord your God, in regard to the marvelous things he has done with you. And my people shall never again be put to shame. You shall know that I am in the midst of Israel, and I am the Lord your God, and there is none other but me. And my people shall never again be put to shame. And it shall be after these things, I will pour out of my spirit on all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy, and your old men shall dream dreams, and your young men shall see visions. Even on the male and female slaves in those days, I will pour out of my spirit. I will give portents in the sky and on earth, blood and fire and the vapor of smoke. The sun shall be turned to darkness and the moon to blood before the great and notable day of the Lord comes. And it shall be, everyone who calls on the name of the Lord shall be saved, because in Mount Zion and in Jerusalem there shall be one who escapes, as the Lord has said, and people who have good news announce to them whom the Lord has called. Okay. For behold, in those days and at that time, when I return the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, I will also gather all the nations and bring them down to the valley of Josaphat, and hold a disputation with them there, on account of my people and my heritage Israel, who were dispersed among the nations. And they have divided my land and have cast lots for my people. And they gave the voice to whores, and would sell the girls for wine, and would drink. And what are you to me, O Tyre and Sidon, and all Galilee of Allophiles? Are you rendering retribution on me? Are you bearing a sharp grudge against me? And quickly I will return your retribution back upon your own heads, because you took my silver and my gold, and you carried my choice and beautiful things into your shrines. And you sold the sons of Judah and the sons of Jerusalem to the sons of the Greeks to banish them from their borders. Behold, I am rousing them up from the place where you sold them, and will turn your retribution back upon your own heads. And I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hands of the sons of Judah, and they will sell them into captivity to a nation far away. for the Lord has spoken. Proclaim these things among the nations, sanctify a war, stir up the fighters. Okay. Come near and ascend, all you warrior men. Beat your plows into swords and your sickles into barbed lances. Let the weaklings say, I am strong. Assemble and come, all you nations round about. Gather here. Let the meek become a fighter. Let the nations rouse themselves and come up to the valley of Josaphat. For there I will sit to pass judgment on all the nations round about. Send forth sickles, because the harvest has come. Go in, tread, for the winepress is full. The vats overflow, because their wickedness is full. Noises have rung out in the valley of decision, because the day of the Lord is near in the valley of decision. The sun and the moon shall grow dark, and the stars shall shed their brightness. And the Lord shall cry out from Zion, and give his voice from Jerusalem. And the sky shall be shaken, and the earth, but the Lord will spare his people, and the Lord will strengthen the sons of Israel. Let's see. And you shall know that I am the Lord your God, who tents in Zion, in my holy mountain, and Jerusalem shall be holy, and aliens shall never again pass through it. And it shall be in that day, the mountains shall drip sweetness, and the hills shall flow with milk, and the water courses of Judah shall flow with water, and a fountain shall come forth from the house of the Lord, and give drink to the wadi of rushes. Egypt shall become an annihilation, and Eudemia shall become a plain of annihilation, for the injustice of the sons of Judah, because they shed just blood in their land. But Judea shall be inhabited forever, and Jerusalem to all generations. I will avenge their blood, and I will not hold it guiltless, and the Lord shall tent in Zion. Well, that was the end of it. Ya fue todo. Sigue la de Abdías. Luego Jonas. Pero eso va a ser para otro día. Gracias a los que estuvieron viendo. Si le ponen like, se los agradezco. Saludos a Random Stuff 1, 2, 3, 4 y a Awimia. Que Dios los bendiga a todos. Nos vemos.